All right, guys, I'm going to give you the absolute most comfortable one sticking setup that you can possibly buy at the time right now. They come out with new stuff all the time, so yes, you can upgrade later on if you really wanted to, but this setup right here I've had for 2 years straight. I don't want to upgrade anything on it. There's really nothing I can upgrade on it to make it better than what it is. So get a notebook, a pen, and get ready to write all this stuff down, because it's hard for me to link all this stuff in the bottom here. But I'm gonna go through my entire saddle setup, what I had 2 years ago and what I still run today. I haven't even thought about buying nothing else. So let's get into it. All right, first and foremost, I really suggest that you get a good pair of quality gloves. One sticking, you're gonna be getting rope burn with your hand because you're gonna be descending from the tree. So obviously you wanna protect your hands, and I promise you're gonna get rope burn if you try to grab that and stop really quick. So it's better just to get a good set of gloves. I got these mechanic gloves. They've lasted a year. I think they're $17 off Amazon. Check them out. Really good stuff. I'm gonna buy another set this year just because these are pretty dirty from getting wet. Second thing, this is always in my saddle. I don't keep it in my bag, I keep it in my saddle. So it's the tethered strap that goes around the tree. Comes with a tethered bow hook. It doesn't come with it, but this is what I bought extra. So this is about $30 when I bought it, I believe. The strap was about $30, and this one I've had for, I think, 4 years now. I haven't upgraded because it hasn't messed up. I also bought a bunch of carabiners off of Amazon. I think it was like $9 for a whole pack of these things. They come in really handy. That way I can hang extra stuff, and because I like to put rope on some of my loose items. That way I can hang it up and have it there readily available. Another important thing before we get into the ropes, this right here you need, in my opinion, for backup. So I use a mechanical descender and ascender. It's the Madrock Safeguard. You cannot always trust those things to the full extent and expect them to save your life if you're 30 foot up in a tree. I've had one slip on me, and it wasn't the Madrock's fault, it was the rope. The rope was wet. It was an older rope. I should have upgraded it, but I didn't, and it did slip a little bit. So that got me to thinking I need to use one of these to tie an extra knot just to make sure I have a backup. A lot of people put backups on the side down here. I prefer to put them on the top. And when I'm descending out of the tree, obviously I'll take this off. This is more of a, when I'm sitting in the tree, in case I slip backwards and I'm not able to grab the tree, I do have this to save me. So definitely recommend getting one of these loops. All right, next, let's talk about the rope. If you're gonna do this, you do not need to cheap out on rope. Rope is not too terribly expensive, but it is one of the bigger budget items on this list. I think this rope was $70, and then you get a little, not a carabiner, but it's kind of like a D-loop style deal, and you screw it in. So always get the ones that are rated for pulling on the side, which is pulling from this area right here and from here. So this one's a stainless steel. I got it from Eastern Ward Outdoors. You can get all this stuff, most of all this stuff, from Eastern Ward Outdoors. But yes, get quality rope. The rope, you can use it for at least a year, maybe 2 if you take care of it. If it gets out in the rain and gets wet and all that kind of stuff, try to clean it off as best as possible, because remember, you are using a mechanical device if you decide to go with this one right here in this video. So I have the tethered hook here that came with my, I think it came with my lineman's belt, but this is a really good quality hook. It's really safe. You can screw it in, that way you can't sit there and unlock it on accident, because I've done that before too, up in the trees. You don't want that to happen. So I put some stealth strip on it right here, just so it doesn't make any noise when it's sliding back and forth through the Madrock. The Madrock is another really good device that I really suggest you get. It's gonna make your life a whole lot easier. I've used a figure 8, I've used a ropeman and all that stuff, and honestly, for $99, buy it once and get this. It has a lever, that way you can control how fast you want to go down. Then all you got to do is pull straight up, and it goes straight through here and pulls your slack out. So it just makes it a ton easier. You know, when you're doing this, you don't want to be struggling halfway up the tree because you decide to go cheap on something. So the next thing we're going to talk about is the clip here. I got this off Etsy. A lot of people use these, that one stick. It really helps to keep the rope from slipping. Like when you kind of move your weight up and the slide gets in the tree, this wants to fall down the tree a little bit. So when you hook this onto the tree, you basically hook this little clip, which is a 3D printed clip. It keeps the the slack from going on the rope so it doesn't come down the tree. So yes, you need to get one of those. It makes your life a lot easier. All right, next, we're gonna talk about a lineman's rope. It's kind of connected to my saddle right now, but you really need to get a lineman's belt if you plan on climbing any kind of trees that's gonna have limbs. So you never wanna be disconnected while you're up in the tree. You wanna always be connected because you never know what's gonna happen. I mean, your stick could break, you could slip, anything could happen. So go ahead and get a lineman's belt. Even if you don't need it, sometimes I don't even use mine, I just use my tether. Just depends on what kind of tree I'm climbing at the time. But get a good lineman's belt and get a ropeman for your lineman's belt. Don't use one of the, I can't even think of the name right now. Don't use just the rope on the side. You want to get a mechanical one, that way when you're throwing your lineman's belt up, if you've ever used one before, you can cinch it really fast and it's not going to give you no issues. The worst part about this entire thing is having a system that doesn't work efficiently and you're up in the tree struggling. You don't want to be struggling. You're not going to enjoy the experience of one sticking unless you kind of take this advice and get these things that I'm telling you. I'm only telling you this for your own good. That way you can enjoy the hunt. All right, next we're going to get into the actual saddle that I use. So I used Latitudes for a little while. I really liked it. I like the two-piece design to where I can move it up on my lower back. I'm not a small guy. I'm about 200 pounds, 6 foot. So all-day sits were manageable with the Latitude, but it wasn't manageable with a tethered Phantom saddle, for instance. My buddy has one of those. I never liked that thing. It slips up and down my legs real easy. So this year, or actually last year, I think it was last year, maybe 2 years ago, whenever this thing came out, it's the lockdown saddle from Tethered. I was really excited about it. I did get the one with the the pouches sewed on. There's kind of different opinions on that. I guess if it ever rips, you're kind of screwed because it's sewn on, you have to resew it. They make another saddle just like this, but with ones that you can attach the pockets, that way you can take them off if they rip, blah, blah, blah. Well, I went with this one. It's got the saddle to where you can stretch the bottom out over your butt and makes it way, way more comfortable than a two-piece saddle. So a two-piece saddle was nice, but having that entire section of your butt covered, and then also you can get a back band. I'm gonna show you the back band here. A back band is a must if you plan on staying out in the woods for a long period of time, because I'm telling you, the next day, you might not feel it today, but the next day your back's gonna be hurting. The back bands cost anywhere between $20 and $40. It's one of those buy once type of deals. But this is the MVP from Tethered. All this stuff is Tethered. I went ahead and went with their line of stuff. That way it all matched up pretty good in the tree. But definitely go get you a back band. You're gonna need one of these for long hunts. All right, moving on. We're gonna go to the one stick. There's several different ways you can do one sticks. You can actually build your own. I built my own for the first time when I first started because I didn't want to spend $350 on one. It worked out pretty good. I got a Hawk Helium platform. So look up Hawk Helium. They make these little 6-inch platforms. I had Hawk Helium sticks. It was a 30-something inch stick, 3-step. I cut it down to 15 inches. I put a cleat on it. I kind of copied it off this one just so I can have a kind of budget-friendly one. And then I bought aiders for it, and I bought the aider pouch. That way it rolls up nicely. I don't have it no more. I actually sold it. But I did upgrade to this one just because it's easier. I didn't buy this thing brand new. I think I got it off of Facebook from somebody for like $200. So these are $300, $350, something like that. They still hold their value pretty good. But you can buy these for cheaper from secondhand sellers. Just pay attention to them. Make sure they're all in good shape. If there's bolts rusted, kind of like this one, make sure it's not going to affect anything. Replace the bolts. You can go to your local hardware store and do that. So not that big of a deal. This one did come with a 2-step aider. I suggest going 2-step at least. If you feel confident enough, maybe a 3-step aider. It just gets you a higher move every time you do it. So like me, I usually do about 3 moves and I'm where I want to be. So 20 feet. If I want to go higher than that, 4 moves, that's plenty high enough for me. And on this one, these do come with this little cord that you can see here, but it always sags down like that, so I don't really like it. What I did was I went and got some bendable gear ties, and this is the one with the loop at the top. This makes it a little bit easier for my finger to get in it and grab it. What I did was I cut it and I just twist tied it on here, and it's never fell off, and it always stays up straight. So when you're one sticking and you go to reach down, you don't really want to be trying to reach this little flimsy cord here. So this is a good option that you can do. You can go buy these at Walmart, hardware stores, whatever. But other than that, look into the Eastward Outdoor stick. This is I can't remember exactly which one this is, but this one's been out for a while. Digs into the tree really, really good. You got a lot of foot room, and the platform is actually pretty comfortable. So that's one more thing I'm going to talk about. The platform, you really need to weigh your odds if you're going to stay out there and chance it, which I've done several times. I didn't want to bring my other platform, so I just went ahead and just used this all day. It does get uncomfortable after about 6 hours. The slope at the front does help with your heels and your feet, but standing up all day in a tree on this little bitty platform, it kind of sucks sometimes. So the second thing I'm going to suggest is pick your poison. It doesn't matter what brand you go with. This is just the brand that I went with. It's pretty light. It's Tethered's new Predator V platform. Has a little bit of a slope on the front. Unlike the regular Predator platforms, this one's in all black. Yes, it's already rusted. I guess that's just I don't know. It happens. It got wet. But I put a little stealth strip right here on it just to make it a little bit quieter when you close it, because it was metal to metal contact. But this I got on sale on a Black Friday sale, so I got a tethered platform that I always bring with me. I got my one stick, I got my rope, I got the gloves, I got the saddle, I got the back band. Let's see. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the best one stick and setup that you can buy at the time right now. I'm sure they're going to come out with more stuff like they always do. But right now, if you listen to my advice at the very beginning and wrote all this stuff down, price it out, you're probably going to be looking at least $800–900. But this is one of those things that save up the money, spend the money once, and you'll be happy for a long time. You don't have to upgrade for many, many years unless you just want to when they come out with cooler stuff. And oh, one more thing on the tethered saddle, they come with this strap. So if you wear a bino harness, the strap will kind of get annoying because you're going to have two shoulder straps. You're going to have this shoulder strap, and you're going to have your bino harness shoulder strap going over your shoulder, so it gets a little annoying. But what I've found is I don't really like wearing my bino harness when I'm bow hunting, because every time I draw, it kind of gets in the way, and I had my trigger get pushed on my thumb release from my bino harness, so I just kind of got away from those, and I just strictly use this. So I hang stuff off this. I have my milkweed out here to where I can just grab it easily. It's still open from the season, like it's almost gone, but you can hang stuff on this. They got little molly loops. This right here keeps the saddle from hanging off your butt. Like if you have a regular saddle and you don't have that, sometimes the weight of the saddle will go down your butt and you have to pick it up while you're walking and stuff. The shoulder straps just make it easier. It's just kind of like a harness system, but yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, leave it down below. We're going to be doing a lot more of these videos, like I say in every single video. But I hope you guys are subscribing to the channel. Maybe you're here from TikTok. Who knows? I'm trying to get away from TikTok completely just because they're so ridiculous on banning all of my stuff. So if you're not a subscriber, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I hope to see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.